We will be homage to the Buddha. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Now we have to continue talking about, there's some problem, right? So we have to talk about Uruvela Kassapa, Kaya Kassapa, and Kassapa, right? About Kassapa brother. So actually, it will be a very long story. We have already talked about 60 Arahants went to different places. The Buddha himself also go back to Uruvela. So the Buddha is going to tame Uruvela Kassapa and their brothers, 1,000 ascetics. So here I should elaborate a few more things about their arrogance or their mana. Actually, the Buddha had to display miracle power for 16 times. You can say 16 times is too much, right? Okay, you may have already known a Naga, Taming Naga first. So there's one area, a mass of sand. Then there's also Naga there. Buddha want to spend one night there. The Naga also get angry, and also we can say Buddha had to use psychic power to tame Naga. So many of them also see and thought. That night, very big flame appeared, so they thought Buddha has passed away. To Naga. But it's opposite. It was opposite. The Buddha tamed the Naga. Then, when seeing Naga was tamed by the Buddha, Uruvela Kassapa thought, oh, Gautama is very powerful. He had a very strong psychic power. But he was not Arahant like me. He had that kind of thinking. That means Buddha has psychic power, but not Arahant yet. He thought. So whenever the Buddha displays psychic power, he thought the same. Okay, we should jump to the last one. So after Vasa, Buddha came to Uruvela. But we don't know how much it rained. First time it was raining, right? So maybe around 1 month later, maybe, right? Still raining, maybe. Very heavy rain. Everywhere is flat. Even all the ascetics have to go here and there by boat. But the Buddha was walking on the dry land. by using psychic power. Then he thought the same. Oh, Gautama had very strong psychic power, but he was not Arahant yet, like me. At the time, the Buddha reminded him, Kassapa, you are not Arahant yet. Even you does not know, you don't know how to practice to become an Arahant. Then he realized his arrogance. So the Buddha had to be patient for a very long time. It took months. So when the time ripened, the Buddha revealed their true color. So they were to ordain. Okay, finally we should say short. We should say brief, right? They were ordained as a bhikkhu. Then the Buddha delivered 1,000 bhikkhus. We call in Pali Adittapariyaya Sutta. Mostly in English, many of people know as a fire sermon. Okay, we should introduce one by one. The first one is 6 internal basics. So fire is also burning in 6 internal basics. So when you go and read in the text, it will mention iron is also burning. It is also burning like this. If iron is burning, we are blind, right? So this is just a metaphor. In the eyes, there are a lot of defilements. Then all the many defilements come through the eyes door. Many defilements come through ear doors, nose door, tongue, body, and the mind. These are called 6 internal basics. Similarly, there are 6 external sense objects. So when you go and read, like a rupa, saddha, gandha, rasa, whatever you like this. Rupa means visible object. So visible objects are also burning. Audible objects are also burning like this. So we have already talked about 6 senses, the internal base, external bases before. You have already known, right? So sound, color, sound, smell, taste, touch, also thoughts. We can say Dhamma objects. These are 6 external sense objects. So these external objects are also burning. Now we have the next one. There are 6 types of consciousnesses in body we call vijnana that arise from Dham. So that means based on internal senses and external senses, sense-based and sense objects, there will be different consciousness. For example, if there's a color, it impinges on eye translucency, there will be eye consciousness. Similarly, sound objects, audible objects, impinge on ear translucency, then ear consciousness will arise. Similarly, smell, the odors, and it will impinge on nose door, then nose consciousness will arise. Similarly, the taste or the flavor impinge on tongue translucency, tongue consciousness will arise. Similarly, tangible objects impinge on body translucency. Based on that, depending on that, body consciousness will arise. Dhamma objects impinge on mind door, then mind consciousness will arise. We call Mano Vijnana Dhatu. So these are consciousnesses based on senses, sense bases, and sense objects. So now here we have another one. 6 types of contact. So 6 types of contact. It also comes from previous one. Actually, when we go and study in many suttas, from time to time, the Buddha also use similar formula. For example, Chakkuncha Paticca, Rupecha Paticca, Upajati Chakku Vinyana, Tina Sangati Paso, Pasapatya Vedana. This is a very common in Buddha teaching. For example, eye translucency, visible object. There's also eye consciousness. Because of these 3, there will be contact between all these 3. This is called pasa, Chakku Sampasa. Similarly, we can also say in English, eye contact, right? Similarly, ears, ear contact, nose contact, tongue contact, body contact, and mind contact. Altogether, 6 types of pasa. Actually, in dependent origination also, you can find similar statements. Get on the next one. 18 types of feeling vedana that arise conditions by that contact. So previously, it just mentioned only 6, right? Now here it became 18. Why? When seeing visible objects, there will be 3 different types of feeling. If we like it, happy. If we dislike, unhappy. Then sometimes our mind also free from both like and dislike, right? Neutral mind, equanimity. So 3 types of feeling: pleasant, unpleasant, and equanimity or equanimous feeling. Similarly, on hearing, 3 types: the feeling, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking. Every single sense object and sense basis, and there will be 3 types of feeling. Altogether, 18 types of feeling. So these are the thing we have to know. Now, when we talk about burning or fire, right? Then we also have to understand a few things. Why in the Buddha choose this kind of Dhamma talk? Actually, these ascetics, previously they do fire puja. Okay, fire puja means they will make fire, they will put fuel, not to extinguish the fire continuously. I think in Nepal you may have this kind of culture now also, right? So this is called fire. That is why the Buddha choose the fire. This is actually just a metaphor. But we have to know how many types of fire are burning. I mean, what are they burning with? Okay, for your information, we should revise 6 sense roles, 6 sense objects, also 6 consciousness, 6 contact, 18 feeling. They are burning. Burning with what? This is also a question. So they mentioned, the Buddha explained that all these sense experiences are burning with 11 kinds of fire. So whenever we talk about fire, try to remember this one, 11 types of fire. So from time to time, the Buddha also used similar term, fire, right? Then we should remember this 11 anytime. Okay, here I list out all 11. I will not separate one by one. So now font size is a little small. It will be difficult for you to see. Okay, now I will list out one by one. Greed, Lobha. Lobha is also burning, right? That means all our sense objects, everything are burning with greed, Lobha. So we have the nature of greed. It's like a grasping, holding something. This is called greed. So it will be like similar to glues, right? We have the two objects, we can start with the glues. Similarly, there is a desirable object. There's also sensual desire. They stick together like a glues. This is called greed. So mostly greed will arise taking desirable object. It can be a real desirable object. It also can be mind-made desirable object. So that means sometimes we like really desirable thing. For example, we may like Buddha's statues or Buddha's quality, that kind of thing. This is desirable object, very clear. But there are many mind-made desirable objects. Okay, for example, food. Okay? We have different types of food. Different country have different tradition. Okay, especially we should say common one, durian. Right? You may like durian, right? Durian in Nepal is very expensive. Right? You may like durian. But some people just like durian because very strong smell. Right? So this it's our mind made. If we feel this is a good smell, it will become good smell. If we feel this is something bad, it becomes bad smell. Right? So that means like and dislike is made by mind. Not always truth. Somebody likes, somebody dislikes. So if we say briefly, greed will take desirable object, whether it's a natural desirable or mind-made desirable. Then what about hatred, dosa? So dosa means a kind of unpleasant mind or something discomfort in our mind. This is called dosa. We can also translate like a mental pain. Some also like a mental pain, right? But later there will be another statement that I should not use mental pain here. Okay, that means dosa is similar to fire also, like a burning. Dosa burning is very clear, right? When you get angry, you can look at mirror, how is your face? When dosa burn, you become ugly, right? When dosa is burning, you cannot sleep well, you cannot eat well, burning, very serious. So dosa will take understandable objects. Then okay, another one, delusion. Okay, here we have to understand a few more things about delusion or moha. People think if we don't know something, this is delusion or this is moha. We cannot say like that. There's the boundary of moha. If we don't know Four Noble Truths, this is moha. Then we may not know our past lives, past existences. This is also called moha. We may not know future lives. This is also moha. So we cannot know both past or future, right? This is also moha. Okay, finally, if we don't know dependent origination, paticca samuppada, this is also moha. If you don't know which day you were born, it's not moha. Right? If you don't know which day today is, it's not moha. So moha has a limitation. Okay? If we don't know Four Noble Truths, past, future, both past and future, dependent origination, if we don't know these things, this is moha. If we don't know other things, this is lack of learning, lack of knowledge, not moha. So these three are very common in Buddha teaching, but we must understand correctly. Then another thing is birth, prisandi, or jati. We already talk about jati many times. Aging. We already talk about aging before. Sickness. We already talk about sickness before also. Death. We don't need to talk about it. So, birth, aging, sickness, death. Since we were born, we start with suffering. So, as long as we have life, we have to experience these four: birth, aging, sickness, death. We cannot avoid it. Then we have another one: sorrow. In Bali we call soka. When we lost something, when we encounter some disaster or failure, we may have sorrow. For example, if you have loss of weight, or you may encounter a lot of difficulty, this you may have sorrow because you lost something. Similarly, loss of relatives, then you may feel sorry. Another thing is loss of health. If we ourselves are unhealthy, or if some of our relatives are unhealthy, or our friends are unhealthy or sick, right? We also feel sorry for them. So if we lost something, we feel sorry. It depends on how we value or what we value. There are some people, they value their morality. When they have to break their precepts, they feel sorry. Of course, there are many people, they don't value morality. Although they break many times, they don't feel guilty. They don't feel sorry. Similarly, right view, losing right view, then they may feel sorry if they value right view. So this is the nature of sorrow. When we lost something, sorrow. In Bali we call soka, right? Now the parideva, lamentation. So when we say lamentation, it's not same as a sorrow. The same condition will happen, like because we lost something, we have lamentation. It will be a little bit different. In Pali we call parideva. Parideva means we speak of something. Because of very deep sorrow, we cannot keep in our mind. We speak of something. Okay, for example, you may have seen some people dying. Then their family member crying, lament, having very deep sorrow, calling the name, revealing their past relationship or something, past kindness or something, right? Revealing, call, also cry, lament. This is called lamentation. Sorrow is only in the mind. It does not come out as a voice. But lamentation, Bodhideva, it will come out as a voice. These are two different things. After we have a Pali word, dukkha, people come to know dukkha very simply. Here, dukkha is a bodily pain. This is called dukkha. When we have to feel pain, something in our body, something discomfort, then this also burning. And another is a domanassa, mental pain. Actually, we already mentioned like a hatred, sorrow, lamentation. This is also mental pain, actually. Here in the case of domanassa, this means something displeasure, unpleasant in your mind. This is also similar to hatred, dosa. Sometimes we use mental pain, bodily pain, and hatred together. Okay, the last one, despair. In Pali, we call upayasa. Upayasa means because of too much sorrow, very deep sorrow, then we collapse. No more energy. This is called upayasa. For example, you may have seen somebody after crying, lamenting very long time, then even they cannot speak. They cannot speak. Although they're trying to speak something, their voice cannot come out. Very deep sorrow. This is also called upayasa, despair. These are 11 fires. Metaphorically, Buddha say. All the previous one, we already mentioned, sense objects, sense bases, consciousness, contact, feeling. All of them are bound with these 11 fires. The Buddha delivered this discourse to 1,000 bhikkhus. Formerly, 1,000 ascetics. So as Buddha also mentioned, so if we have known all these things, for example, sense objects or sense bases, eyes or eye transcendency, is it not I or not mine? Right? In Bali we call atta adaniya, right? There's no I or no, it's not mine. If we say briefly, Buddha talk about anatta. They are out of our control. There will be many definitions of anatta. It will be too wide. Okay, if I have opportunity, I will explain later. Now today, this topic is heavy enough, right? So, what I just mentioned, anatta, non-self. Okay, non-self also means it's out of our control. We know we cannot control them. But our unconsciousness, we cannot control. It will arise whenever we see something. Inner consciousness, we cannot control. Similarly, feeling, contact, out of our control. So they are also burning with 11 fires. When the Buddha delivered that discourse, at the end of the discourse, all 1,000 monks, 1,000 bhikkhus attain arhatship. So all of them are also ehi bhikkhu. Right? They are also ehi bhikkhu. Very simple. They don't need to find the clothes and bowl and anything, right? Very simple, very easy. So after their arhatship, the Buddha visited Rajagaha. The first visit to Rajagaha. accompanied by 1,000 bhikkhus. So you may remember, after newly ordained, the Buddha also went for Armstrong in Rajagaha. King Bimbisara requested to come to his country for the first time, right? Then the Buddha entered Rajagaha. Then all the people, we can also say many thousands of people welcome the Buddha. So they arranged a living place for the Buddha in the palm group. That's why I draw palm tree, but not very smooth. AI is not very smooth, right? Anyway, the Buddha and all the 1,000 bhikkhus spent a few days in palm forest. When people were gathering around, but the Buddha and all the Arhats, 1,000 Arhats are sitting together. Then people also, in people's minds, they thought, oh, Uruvela Kassapa is also very powerful ascetic. Then Gautama is also very powerful monks. Who is it? Who is the superior? They have that kind of mind. Some people think, no, actually Uruvela Kassapa have been ordained very long times, older than the Buddha. He's wiser than the Buddha. He will be teacher. There's some group, they also thought, no, Buddha must be, Gautama Buddha must be superior or teacher in this group. On knowing people's minds, the Buddha just talked to Kassapa. Okay, now, Uruvela Kassapa, people misunderstand how to solve this problem. Then Uruvela Kassapa, the old ascetic, he displayed miracle power and bound down to the Buddha, declaring he was a disciple of the Buddha. After removing people's doubts, actually the Buddha delivered very simple discourse as before. We already mentioned, right? Nubobi Katha. So there are many people who could attain Sotapanna in that event. So previously we can calculate how many people had attained Sotapanna, Sakadagami, right? No, we cannot calculate anymore. Actually, in the text, it also mentions some number. Okay, this is the first visit anyway. After that, the Buddha and also 1,000 bhikkhus went for Armstrong to Rajagaha. Then the king and all the people in the country find the place for the Buddha. Then you already know which place is Bamboo Group, Veluvana Monastery. This is the first monastery offered to the Buddha. Then why they choose this Veluvana Monastery, or Veluvana, we can say Bamboo Park or Bamboo Group. Okay, this is the quality of monastery. So that means whenever you are going to choose the monastery, you must check with this quality, right? It must not be too far from the city. Okay, we can also say it must not be too far from the village. If too far, it will take very long time to go for Vinapada, right? Then this is also one of the problem. That's why it must not be too far from the city. It must not be too close. If too close, also there will be a lot of noise. Noise of people, noise of animals. But now modern society, noise of vehicles also, right? Although we live in the forest now, we have to hear helicopter, right? Noise made from vehicle. If too close to the people, there will be more noise. A motorcycle, car, now modern society is very noisy. Then here one more thing. It must have accessible paths. Okay, the main thing is it must be easy to go. If there's no path to go, it will be difficult for people to go for Pinabada or right? When they have some sickness, they don't have a proper path, they will encounter difficulty. Now the next one. It must be easy for people to visit whenever they wish. It must be convenient for lay person also to visit whenever they wish. Okay, now the last one. It must be quiet and entirely free from noise of the crowds. These are the quality of forest resident bhikkhus. The forest monastery. So when you are going to check living place for bhikkhu, you might check this also, right? Actually, when we study Visuddhimagga, it will mention many things about others. Other means even living under a foot of a tree. It will mention many unalienable trees. In the case of monastery also, it will mention, for example, if totally new monastery, there will be a lot of constructions. Okay, you can, maybe many of Nepali yogi will know that one, right? 2 years ago, when I came to this monastery, not many kutis, many of them are under construction. Very busy with construction. Although yogis are free to meditate, but many other bhikkhus and workers are busy. Until last year. Last year when I came here, I was also very busy because this monastery is totally new. Right? Now no more construction. It's not new monastery anymore. For meditator, if totally new monastery, you have to avoid. Otherwise, you cannot meditate well. If too old, there will be another problem. You have to renovate, repair, right? You have to be busy with construction, repairing, renovation, then you cannot meditate well. A monastery is very famous also. Not really very good, right? But like Pautoya, right? Famous already. Many people come. Big disturbance for meditator. Then, actually, there are many other monasteries like this, unsuitable monasteries for meditators. It will be too wide. I will not explain everything, right? Okay, when we are going to choose a living space or living place for bhikkhu, we might check with these 5 qualities. So, Viluvana bamboo group is good enough for bhikkhus. It also have all these 5 qualities. That is why Kim Bibi Sala and people of Rajagha choose the place for the Buddha. This is the first monastery offered to the Buddha. So in the offering ceremony, the Buddha also deliver a discourse about, we can say, Vihara Anumodana. Right? Vihara Anumodana means, we can also say, rejoicing, right? Offering of monastery. It will be a little bit wide, but I will summarize here. I will summarize only 5 groups, right? The first one, in expressive benefits. So that means if we say what's the benefit of offering, we cannot express how many benefits can we get by offering monastery. Right? Because monastery is everything also, right? It can also protect you from like mosquito, insect, or any other dangerous living beings. Also protect from weather. That's why we cannot say how many benefits can we get by offering monastery. This is the 5 thing the Buddha talked to the Orient in the Anumodana, in the offering ceremony. So that means although 1,000, that means although people like a ordinary person want to express the benefit of offering monastery, although 1,000 mouths share duties, talk about benefits, it's not enough. That's what I say, right? Another one, supreme gifts. So here we can also understand another thing. Supreme gift means offering monasteries to the Sangha, or considered as a given life. Okay, now practically here we are in the forest. There can be many dangerous animals. But now here we are safe, right? Not many dangerous animals. If there's many dangerous animals, we can hide inside the kuti. It can protect our life from dangers. Now there's a beauty. Okay, practically, if too hot, we can live inside the kuti, right? For example, if sun in Nepal, not the Syria, right? Not Syria means because not very hot. So sun burning the skin, right? If when sun burns the skin, you may need skin care, right? But if you have kuti, just live another shady area, you can protect your beauty, right? This is also one of the things. That's an offering beauty. Similarly, offering happiness. Okay, here when we talk about happiness, we can also understand like offering peacefulness also possible. We can live peacefully, we can live happily. Okay, offering strength. In Bali we call bala. Bala means strength, right? Offering strength. Also offering wisdom. So here the Buddha metaphorically say, offering monastery is offering life, offering beauty, offering happiness, offering strength, and offering wisdom. These are called supreme gifts, right? Everybody wishes to get all these gifts, right? We want to live long. We want to be beautiful. We want to be happy. We want to have strength. We want to be wise. We want to get all these quality. The offering monastery means offering all this quality. Okay, now give up our life. Okay, we have already mentioned before the monastery will protect the monks from danger of like bees, snakes, or thieves, or any other dangers. That's why this is called give up our lives. Okay, another one. Give our strength and beauty and wisdom, right? This is also another thing. So providing shelter from extreme heat, cold, monastery can prevent the monks' strength, physical, radiance, or intellect. Okay, the main thing is that if we can live in a good place, we can protect, then we can also gain strength, we can also gain beauty, we can also learn well. Okay, for example, okay, practically, in the summer, we cannot learn very well, especially in Myanmar. I don't know in Nepal, right? In summer, we cannot learn very well, very hot. Our mind cannot absorb on the text. Very hot. So the kuti, the monastery also can change the temperature. Then we can learn well. We can gain wisdom, right? These are, we are Anumodana for people in Rajagaha. Okay, so the Buddha arrived at Rajagaha maybe a little late, right? Because it would take maybe a few months, 1 or 2 months, to take Kassapa brother. So maybe 2 months after Vasa, or 3 months after Vasa, the Buddha may arrived at Rajagaha. So you have already known, after this Vihara Dharana, King Bimbisara forgot to share merit with his relatives or the past lives. At night, he had very bad dreams. He had a very bad sound, very terrible sound, terrible voice, screaming voice, right? Then the next day, he asked the Buddha, why this kind of thing happened? So his relatives are waiting for sharing merit. He forgot to share merit, and they got angry. So King Bimbisara had to do another donation. He had to share with his relatives. Actually, we have one sutta in Sutta Nipada for that kind of, for all these things. It will be too wide, so I will skip that sutta. Okay, now we have to talk about Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahamoggallana. Actually, they met the Buddha in Rajagaha. So when you have been to India for pilgrimages, you may have known Venerable Sariputta was born in Nalanda. Now we have at Nalanda University, right? Actually, Venerable Mahamoggallana also not very far from the areas. These two are very close friends. So you have already known how they ordain. Both of them are looking for, searching for the truth. They also make agreement. If somebody can find the truth Dhamma, then he might share with another. So one day, one of them ascetic, Upadisa, future Sariputta, saw Venerable ascetic going for Pindapada. Seemed very calm and peaceful. He thought he may have some profound Dhamma. He may have known some profound Dhamma. He followed him. Since he was going for Pindapata, it's not very convenient for him to ask a question. Also not very proper to ask question during Pindapata time. He followed until whenever Assaji finished his meal. Then after meal, he approached and asked question. And I want to know, okay, whenever I was, who is your teacher? What's your teacher teaching? Then, whenever Assaji replied, I was newly ordained. I don't know many Dhamma. Then, whenever Sariputta, at the time, ascetic Upadisa, asked for Dhamma. Although you give very short, I can elaborate with 1,000 methods. You can imagine how wise he is. Although he gave very short discourse, he can elaborate. He can elaborate with 1,000 ways, 1,000 methods. That means he has many ways to understand the Dhamma. That is his intellectual power. So you may have known what is the Dhamma given by Venerable Assaji. Ye Dhamma hetu bhavava. Whatever phenomena arise from a cause. Desan hetu tathagato aha. The Tathagata had declared their cause. Actually, there are 4 passages. Whenever Sariputta was so wise that after listening these 2 sentences, he could attain Sotapanna. So, what kind of lotus? Do you remember? Right? Mostly when we talk about lotus above the water level, we also say 1 stanza. But here not yet 1 stanza. 2 more passages remain. So, okay, what's his understanding? Ye Dhamma hetu bhavava, whatever phenomena arise from a cause. This is dukkha satya. Desan hetu tathagato aha. This is samudaya satya. These 2 are the object of vipassana. Very simple. So he could understand dukkha satya and samudaya satya very easily. He could contemplate anicca dukkha easily on the spot. So he could attain birth and future knowledge easily. While listening. Then after Sotapanna, continues the next one. Te sancha yo nirodho. And also their cessation. That's actually nirodha satya. Evanvadi Mahasamano, the great ascetics teach in this way. So, Venerable Assaji deliver this discourse to Venerable Sariputta. Other than we can say ascetic Upadisa. Since he has, attained Sotapanna, he also want to share this Dhamma with his Dhamma friends. Ascetic Kolita. Kolita means future Moggallana. He just shared this stanza. Also the same. Yedamahidu Babawa, Pisando Tagado Aha, remember Mogalanazo Kente, Sodapana. Of course, they are special bhikkhus, right? After the Buddha, the Venerable Sariputta is the greatest one. Sometimes we can also metaphorically say second Buddha. Second Buddha means Venerable Sariputta. Sorry. So Venerable Mahamoggallana also wise. He could realize very easily. After attaining Sotapanna, they also trying to persuade their teacher, Sanjaya Bilata Buddha. You have already known the story. He said that there are many foolish people, very few wise. Okay, you are wise, you will go to Gautama. There are many foolish people, they will come to see me. That means he can lead many foolish people, right? So you have already known the story. They left. Then they also practice. So actually, there are 2,500 Venerable ascetics. They follow Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahamoggallana. All of them could attain path and fruition knowledge after listening a short discourse. All of them are also Ehi Bhikkhu. But what about Venerable Mahamoggallana? It took for him 7 days to attain headship. Then for about Venerable Sariputta, it took for 2 weeks or 15 days to attain headship. So that means too long, right? It took 15 days to attain headship. Actually, there are some suttas here. It will be a little white, so I skip. I skip me. Venerable Mahamoggallana felt drowsy when he was meditating. Then the Buddha had to teach him how to overcome drowsiness. Then he could overcome it. He could practice well. He could attain headship. In the case of Venerable Sariputta, so he listened a discourse we call Diganaka Sutta. Diganaka is one of the ascetic with long nails, fingernails. He's also Venerable Sariputta's nephew. So the Buddha delivered Diganaka Sutta in Gitsakuta Hill. Venerable Sariputta was farming the Buddha, also listening there. At the end of this course, he could attain headship. This is another sutta. So then in the case of Venerable Sariputta, for Sotapanna, he could attain by listening short discourse. But for headship, by listening long discourse, he attained headship. So he had 2 different conditions, right? So one more thing here. Then Venerable Sariputta had attained headship in full moon day of February. Right? In Pao, we also in Mahadana, right? This is actually in memory of Venerable Sariputta headship. Although we don't say the Sauka Sanipada, they are mentioned, right? Okay, so I will skip many things. Briefly, sorry, not yet. So in this very day, when Buddha attained, then Buddha also, we can say, conferred title Adittapariyaya, right? That means Buddha also declare whenever Buddha was the wisest, Panya Adittapariyaya. Brahma Moggallana is the most powerful in psychic power, 18 Manda Adittapariyaya. Also, they become the Buddha's chief, then we can say like a great disciple, a chief disciple. Like right hand side and left hand side and right hand side, right? Two disciples. The Buddha appointed them officially. Then some of the bhikkhu complain, oh, whenever Anyasikwananya should be the most senior, why junior become the wisest and also 18 manda, right? It's not because of age or ordination date. It comes from Parami, right? So what I have to explain the bhikkhu. Actually, in that very day, we also have Avada Patimokkha. Okay, we have two types of Patimokkha. So every full moon day, or every dark moon day, we do Patimokkha. This is called Bhikkhu Patimokkha, right? In Bali, we also call Ana Patimokkha. But we also have Avada Patimokkha. Avada Patimokkha means admonishment given by the Buddha. Avada Patimokkha will be given by the Buddha. Ana Patimokkha can be chanted by Buddha disciples, bhikkhus. So this is we got two types of Patimokkha, right? Okay, so I should start here, 1 hour already. Okay, if we summarize, today we just finished 1,000 bhikkhus. Now this is going to Rajagaha. Also attainment of Venerable Sariputta and Venerable Mahamoggallana. So far, many of ordinations mentioned as Ehi Bhikkhu, right? But one more thing, we have 60 bhikkhus go to 60 different places. If they find somebody who want to ordain, they have to bring to the Buddha. So later the Buddha allowed them to ordain with Saranagamana, taken 3 refuge. There's an earlier ordination. But now this Saranagamana ordination is for Samnida, not for Bhikkhu. At the time, for Bhikkhu or Samnida, we don't have Samnida. Everybody is a Bhikkhu. But later the Buddha has 2 different rules, Samnida and Bhikkhu. Okay. So, we have many powerful bhikkhus in Buddha dispensation. They had fulfilled parami very long times. They have been practicing vipassana, anti-sankharupa jnana, anuloma jnana, many times in many lives. That's why they are very familiar with the practice. They could attain path and future knowledge easily. Now, if we can fulfill parami like that, in the future, we can be same to them. Parami is not one day make, but to fulfill slowly, until we become mature. Also, parami is not ready made. We cannot buy. We cannot borrow. We have to establish by ourselves. we have to fulfill by ourselves. So yeah, after fulfilling, it belongs to us. We cannot share with anybody also, right? So we have two things. Some of them are common. Some of them are our personal, individual. All the parami, kusala, akusala are individual. It belongs to us. For other belonging are common. For example, here, this building, right? We can say it belongs to Nepal, right? But in reality, now many foreigners come and meditate here. So all our things are common. Common, it belongs to everybody. But now, parami are our personal belonging. So if we can fulfill parami, we may have many personal belonging in the samsara. May you all be able to fulfill parami, and may you all be able to practice three trainings, and may you all be able to realize final cessation and not suffering. Okay. Okay.
Dạ, bạch ngài, cho con hỏi là một người họ làm phước cúng dường thì trong thời gian bao lâu họ có giá trị để người ta hồi hướng cho người thân của họ, hay là như trường hợp của vua Bình Sa Vương thì khi cúng dường cái tịnh xá thì ngài đã không dùng cái phước đó để hồi hướng cho người thân mà phải làm một cái lễ khác.
So now the question is, when someone do a offering, so how long does it take that the marriage can be shared to the relative? Like how long it expire? In case of Bimbisara king, he forgot to share the Veluvana monastery merit to his relative. Then he must do another donation to share.
Okay, we don't have expired date of sharing merit, right? Okay, one more thing. If you can rejoice, for example, after doing some dana, you are very happy. Okay, then you also share happily. Okay, it will be more effective. Okay, sometimes, for example, I remember one case is my teacher of mine, is some of their family member. One of their related passed away. They are going to share the merit. At the time, some of the family members are crying, lamenting, right? Then teacher of mind them. Okay, now you are sharing merit. At the time, make your mind clear first. Make your mind clear first. This important condition. You do dana for them. It's not the time to miss them. Not the time to cry. Right? So if you can be peaceful, it will be more effective for receiver. Your kusala power is stronger. Okay? So that means as long as you are rejoice is strong, if you can rejoice very strongly, we cannot say aspire. In the case of Bimbisara, after hearing he may feel sad, right? He cannot rejoice that strong. That's why he do another dana. He did another dana and also he shared. Okay.
Zoom question. Dear Sayadaw, how to understand parami in terms of impermanence? I understood that parami would stay through existences. It is a supramundane phenomena, so it does not get affected by nature of impermanence, isn't it?
Actually, when we talk about karma or parami or other, don't talk about anicca, dukkha, anatta, right? This is something silly. I'm going to give one example. In the case of morality, okay, I'm going to only, there are 8 conditions, okay? If I elaborate, if I say all the source, there will be 8 conditions. We're going to say anicca, dukkha, anatta. I will not say all the 8. I'm going to give only one example. For example, morality. Right? Morality, right? Okay, you may kill animal. Okay, daytime is anicca. Right? In the case of morality, don't talk about anicca, dukkha, anatta. Don't talk about nama rupa. Otherwise, it will be very, very messy, right? There's a one wrong view. How about you talk about it many times here also? Okay, you may use a knife to kill an animal. Knife will go into animal's body, right? According to one of the wrong view, okay, I should say for your understanding, 4 elements go into 4 elements. It's not killings, right? Knife also 4 elements. Living being also 4 elements. 4 elements go into 4 elements, right? It's not killing. This is the wrong view, right? That's why in the case of parami or in the case of sila or many other cases, we cannot say anicca, dukkha, anatta. We cannot say nama rupa. Okay. Okay.
Bhante, yesterday you mentioned about the cessation of nama and rupa. And how can that be an experience? I mean, like, because the nama including the mind, so with the cessation of the mind, is it something that we come to the understanding, or like something that is a real, a concrete experience that the meditator could experience?
I don't know how to understand.
I mean, like, people...
No, I know. The problem is, if you learn Bidama, you will know, right? That kind of question is a little bit silly also. Right? Cessation, okay. Nibbana is a cessation. So, Megaphala is a mind. Megaphala can know Nibbana. That's clear enough. Okay? This is cessation of Namarupa. Okay. Done? Okay. Another question now? No question in the Zoom? Okay, you can.
Sayadaw, the question is, Venerable Sariputta is the most wisest, and it took only two sentences to understand, to get Sotapatti Pala, and for the whole stanza for the Venerable Mahamoggallana. But in order to attain arahantship, it was opposite. Yes, 1 week for Mahamoggallana and 2 weeks for Venerable Sariputta. Why is that? And okay. Why? And also why Sariputta? He was, I would say, he was best in
wisdom.
Yeah, best for Sotapatti Pala and Moggallana.
Okay. Big question also, right? Actually, in this case, since they are very wise, they're trying to analyze very much in detail. For example, in the case of Namarupa, we may have some example. Okay, we should say like a internal, external. Internal nama and external nama, right? Internal rupa, external rupa. This is the practitioners for for all the practitioners, Vipassana practitioners. In the case of the Buddha, we have ordination, harmony wise system, right? Okay, in the case of Savaka, like Venerable Satibuddha, Venerable Mamogalana also, their range of knowledge is very, very wide. That's why they try to analyze more Nama Rupa, but also general external Nama Rupa. That's why it took a very long time for them to attain headship. For other people, they just do general, not that much in detail. Right? That's why it will be different from other disciples and chief disciples. Okay. Then, Zoom.
On Zoom, Sayadaw. From Limimi. Please, Sayadaw, elaborate more about how to know the breath is emptiness. Thank you, Sayadaw, very much.
We don't have breath as emptiness. Right? Breathing is a concept. We cannot say emptiness. Actually, and then I'm from China, right? I think she may misunderstand what is sunyata maybe, right? Okay, sunyata is equal to anatta, according to Vipassana, right? When we are practicing anapanasati, we must know concept. If we say another way, panyati in Pali. That's why we cannot say anicca dukkha anatta or breathing. So we cannot say emptiness of breathing. Okay? If you feel empty, that means you have a lack of awareness. Okay, now, another question? Okay, yeah.
There's a question in the paper here, Sarah. May I read in English first and then Vietnamese? Yesterday, Sarah thought that the ordained people only have two duties, that's Pariyatti and Patipatti. However, there's some ordained person have to work, many work to serve for the community. For the benefit of sasana and sangha and friend and relative, although they wish very much to practice meditation, but they cannot use their whole time for practicing. So, Sayadaw, could you please teach us more about this case and how you advise in this case? Dạ, cho con hỏi, hôm qua Ngài có dạy rằng người xuất gia chỉ có hai phận sự là học và hành pháp. Tuy nhiên có một số người họ phải làm nhiều việc phục vụ cho hội chúng vì lợi ích giáo pháp, chư tăng, hội chúng, bạn bè, thân quyến. Mà mặc dù họ rất mong muốn thực hành thiền nhưng không thể dành toàn bộ thời gian để hành thiền. Xin Ngài chỉ dạy thêm về điều này cho chúng con lời khuyên thêm trường hợp này. Sa thú sa.
Actually, for bhikkhu also, we have many other duties also. For example, like if we have pagoda, right? There we also have duty for titiya. Also, we also have many duty for body tree, kuti, many things, right? This is also duties. So then in this case, we must share our time for meditation. But now, in modern society, it will be a little bit messy compared to Buddha's time, right? Buddha's time, not that messy like today. We don't need to maintain many things. Kuti also very simple kuti, not like modern society. Now, modern society, we have very quick kuti, also we have to maintain very seriously, right? This is also one of the problem. Anyway. We may have many duties for the community. At the time of Buddha also, they have duties. Of course, the Buddha never praised those who spend their time doing many other things without learning or meditation. Okay, for your volunteer or something, right? The most especially for CLA maybe. Now I think it was CLA, right? For CLA. If you have time, learn something. If you are busy, right, with many jobs, okay, learn something one day. Every day, learn something. Is it good enough? For example, you may try to memorize Dhammapada stanza. One day, one stanza, also okay, no problem. Right? This is also learning. Okay, another, if you cannot memorize in Pali, okay, try to read Sutta. One day, one Sutta. Like Majjhima Nikaya, some Sutta are very long. One day, one Sutta, this is also okay. Learning, this is also learning. This is also duties, right? So we might share our time. It will be okay. Huh? Next one. Microphone here.
Zoom have questions.
Okay.
One of them is, let's say in one past life we did wrong to an Arya and did not apologize. That akusala karma become obstacle in that lifetime. But does that akusala karma also become obstacle in future lives?
Actually, we call Adittapariyaya karma, right? This one will be obstacle in this very life, but not in the future lives. Okay, one more thing. For ordinary people, right? Like for Buddhujana, if they commit Adittapariyaya karma, it's very serious. It's similar to Anandariya karma, mighty karma. So they will fall into fourfold states, or they will be reborn in the hell. Very clear, right? This is for ordinary people. But for Sotapanna, Sotapanna will have a wrong perception or some mentally insulted or verbally abused words to Sakadagami or Anagami or for Arahant, higher one, right? It will become obstacle for them not to attain any higher attainment in this very life. In the future life, since they were Sotapanna, they will not be reborn in the hell, right? But future life they can achieve higher level. Another thing is, if Sotapanna knows somebody is Sotapanna or Sakadagami or Anagami, they will ask for forgiveness. Very clear. They are not that arrogant, not that stubborn, right? Okay. You know? Okay.
Sayadaw, how can we understand the difference between chanda, so desire, and lobha?
Okay. We have two different things. The chanda can be both good and bad. We have good desire or a bad desire, right? In the case of lobha, it cannot be good. We can say acceptable lobha and unacceptable lobha. We can say two different things, right? For example, you want to earn money for surviving, you have that kind of greed, this is acceptable. But you do survive yourself, to survive, you just other people. That kind of lobha is unacceptable. Okay, we have one simile. Chanda is like stretching out our hands to get something. Lobha is grasping something very tightly. This is simile, right? So before we get something, we have to stretch our hands to take it. This is chanda. We just have desire or wish to get something. After getting something, we try to grasp. This is called lobha. Okay. Sometimes we also like a chanda is like a mere wish or mere desire. We also translate like that. And we have the chanda mata. Chanda mata means mere wish. Sometimes chanda also use kama chanda, right? In the other time, it's similar to lobha. It depends on what kind of combine. There are different meaning of chanda. Okay, so if we merely use chanda, only one word, it will be just mere wish or mere desire. without grasping, without attachment. Okay.
So Sayadaw, in continue the previous question. So what's the difference between Chanda and Abhijja? Because like in Satipatthana Sutta,
Chanda and
Abhijja. Abhijja domana
Abhijja. Okay. In the case of Abhijja, right? In this case, we want to get something improper. This is called Abhijja. Actually, Taming is belong to other people. We're trying to get it something illegal way or improper way. This is called Abhijja. This, if we say another way, it's unacceptable greed. Right? Chanda is a very simple. I already mentioned Chanda is just mere wish, mere desire. Right? Okay. Any other?
Sayadaw, there is question on Zoom. Sayadaw, just to make clear, for Puthujjana, even a slight wrong perception towards an area will count as anantarika karma. Thank you, Sayadaw.
For mentally, we cannot say this is a karma, right? Very heavy karma. Of course, this is not a very good thing to do. The main thing is speech and actions. These two are more serious. These two can be Nadiya karma. Okay. Any other thing?
There is question in Vietnamese, so may I read Vietnamese first? Kính thưa sư, trong đời sống con thường xuyên quán về những cơn đau, cơn sân. Con thấy được cơn đau, cơn sân nó có bắt đầu, tăng dần cảm giác, giảm xuống, kết thúc. Và các cơn đau, cơn sân là liên tục tiếp diễn, kết thúc đợt này sẽ đến đợt khác. Thông thường khi con đang làm việc, con nhận ra những cơn đau, cơn sân, con sẽ dừng công việc lại và nhìn vào cơn sân, cơn đau đó. Có khi một lúc sau chúng hết hoàn toàn, có khi chúng vẫn còn âm ỉ. Xin sư có thể chỉ cho con cách tác ý tiếp tục để thực hành được lợi lạc con xin cảm ơn. Sau đó in daily life I always contemplating or observing the painful feeling and dosa arising in the mind. I could see those Vedana when it starts increasing the feeling and it's decreasing and then it's end and sometimes it's continuously one after another. Sometimes when I was working, I realized those Vedana or dosa, I would stop the work and look at it. Sometimes it disappears completely after a while. Sometimes it still remains a little bit. So could Sayadaw please teach me how I should practice in order to get benefit from those observing. Thank you, Sayadaw.
This is not the way I teach, so I cannot guide you also. Right? Actually, if you do simple way, it will be better. For example, when you get angry, radiate metta. It will be more effective. Right? When you have bodily pain, okay, change your sitting posture. It will be more practical, more effective. Right? So following sensation. When it becomes a long time habit, when you change other subject, you're gonna practice well. For example, when you focus on the breathing, sensation will appear. Suddenly it becomes very serious. You're gonna absorb breathing. That kind of thing can happen, right? So actually, I don't recommend to absorb sensation in the body or any other feeling. This is not good for a long time habit. Okay, now next one. No more.
What is be happen if do dana and contemplating or saying anicca, the dana will be researched. Thank you very much, Lee Mei Mei.
Actually, I don't recommend to do that one also, right? In Myanmar also we have some traditional, some tradition. They teach their disciples, their students, right? The donation is also impermanent, receiver also impermanent, right? Donor also impermanent. They have that kind of teaching, right? Actually, in the case of impermanent, or if we say anicca dukkha anatta, right? Then we must know nama rupa. Okay, for example, dana. In the case of dana, there can be many other possibilities. For example, when you offer flower to the Buddha, what's your mind to pay attention to the color of the flower or smell of flower, or to just pay attention to the Buddha, right? So different process, different types of mental process, because of a long process. If you pay attention to the flower, it's a concept. There we also nama rupa anyway. If you think about smell, there will be another mental process. If you just pay attention to the Buddha, it will be another mental process. So long time process. That's why there will be many different nama rupa. So when you're going to do or going to contemplate as anicca dukkha anatta, you must be able to specify what kind of nama rupa, right? That's why it's not that simple. I don't recommend to do anicca dukkha anatta when you are doing dana. Any more? Okay. We can share a minute, right? Oh, okay. 9 o'clock already. Idame bunyam asawakaya wahang hodu. Idame bunyam nibbanasa bhajayo hodu. Mama bunya bhagam sabha satanam bhajemi. Desabe me sama punya bhagam lavandu sadhu sadhu sadhu.
Sada, may we ask tomorrow what time Sangha will do Patimokha?
Patimokha will be around 3 o'clock. Huh?
3 o'clock. Yes. Yes, before 3 o'clock. So 2:30. Yes. And tomorrow can we come to ask for Sila, Recep and Owada? At what time should be suitable, Sada? Yes. How about around 10? Yes. So we would come there around 9:30. Yes, Sada. Yeah. So tomorrow maybe in the after Patimokha we would like to have a group photo. Yes. Sadhu. So dear Honorable Saleh and Yogis, the program tomorrow will be at 9:30 in the morning. Saleh will go to Sadakuti and take the precept and ask for Owada. And in the afternoon, 2:30, we will gather there to do Bodhi tree puja. And then 3 p.m. Sangha will do Patimokha. After that, we will have a group photo and Dhamma talk like usual. And after Dhamma talk, we will have we will share the candlelight, tea light candle. So if there is no rain, everyone can offer the light to the Buddha around Bodhi tree or around standing Buddha or sitting Buddha. Depend on where you stay. So that's the program tomorrow. Thưa đại chúng, ngày mai chương trình như sau. Buổi sáng 9:30 tu nữ sẽ lên cốc ngài để xin giới và xin giáo giới. Sau đó buổi chiều 2:30 thì chúng ta sẽ tập trung ở trên cốc của ngài để làm lễ cây bồ đề, và 3 giờ